Arsenal 2, Bayern 2 in the Champions League first leg. Is it a bad result, a good result? It's up to you. But apologies for the last video as the audio was not connected properly. But here we are on the next part. So let it begin. But yeah, look, I believe before you see the headlines, yes, I'm taking the rival hat off. Yeah, I'm putting the objective hat on. I wanted Arsenal to lose this game. I did not want them to win whatsoever. The Champions League, Premier League is separate. But I don't believe Saka did dive. I've seen worse given, but you lot just don't want to admit that. And it's fine. You don't have to admit that. I don't think this was a great result to head into the Allianz. I don't think I would be getting a lot of confidence if I was a Arsenal fan at this moment of time. But do I believe they were robbed at the very end? I do believe so. We didn't even see VAR even go towards it to even hear anything in this, like to see if there's going to be any sort of decision. Am I mad about that? No, I'm not. But you know what? You don't want to scream fair play and all this crap, but you can't even talk about it. So let's talk about it. The first half, Arsenal were nervous. In the first 7 to 10 minutes, Bayern were pretty much all over Arsenal. They were setting a low block 4-4-2. It looked like City, the City game that they had at the Etihad not even that too long ago. And yeah, look, they were looking nervous. You had try-hard Erdegaard trying doing a bit too much at first. And to be honest, he had a poor game overall. He did come alive, though, in the second, but we'll talk about that in a minute. Saka done well to get his goal. He done very, very well. He cooked Davies and done his thing and bent it right around Neuer. It is what it is. And you know what? He's not going to get his props because you lot don't want to do up the Cole Palmer versus Saka debates because guess what? It's boring. One's doing it in the Premier League. One's actually getting GA in the Premier League. Performances maybe not so great this year. And then one's just doing it in the Champions League now. He stepped up to the plate. He had a good game today, to be fair. And in my opinion, he won't get the praise for it because there was look at the Alphonso Davies challenge, like one or two of them say he got locked up. But we'll leave that for the lives and leave their agendas there. Arsenal, I don't know if other Arsenal fans, I don't know if you're very, very confident, but if I was the Bayern side, I think they managed that a lot more better than the Arteta side, really. If we're keeping it a buck. If we go through the whole game, Ben White at the start, well, not at the start, straight after that 1-0, he had all the minerals to go up there and go put that ball in the back of the net, or at least work the goalkeeper to make it 2-0, kill off a lot of momentum, kill off a lot of the game. Arsenal got into the game straight after that goal as well. And Bayern found it very hard. But they managed. That's the thing. They were looking decently comfortable. Harry Kane wasn't doing his dropping deep type situation. They allowed Musiala to try control the midfield. It didn't work. Lima, I thought, had a very, very good game, and he was the one that was keeping the jigsaw together. But that's not obviously 90 minutes of that game. If we go off even the first 45 minutes again, you look at the penalty, like the decision, that was just stupid to even let Sane get down that side that easy. And then obviously Saliba with that challenge was not quite Saliba-esque, you could say. You don't really make them sort of rash challenges where to the point that a player is going to fall down. He's usually quite clean with it. And even if you go to the other goal where Gabriel gave the ball away, I'm not even going to get onto Gabriel. I'll be honest. I think it's Kivior's fault. He's too busy looking around. Of course, he's seeing what's around him, but he should have been in a position a lot quicker and a lot easier. And I don't see why anyone would even complain that he got hooked for Zinchenko. I wouldn't even say Zinchenko made a massive difference, in my opinion. Maybe in terms of control, but if we go off of it, I think maybe Bayern had the better chances potentially. You could even talk about in the second half about Coman hitting the post. Sane could actually buried it and made it 3-1 at the time. So it's a bit tit for tat. It was just a very up and down game, and it was a very, very exciting quarterfinals, especially in the other game as well with the Real Madrid game. But again, Erdegaard, it's like he's playing like he's never been there before. And I'm not too sure if he really has, but he was trying too much and he was giving away the ball in stupid positions and he was playing it a little bit too safe for my liking. If we go off Martinelli, he was just absolutely awful against Kimmich. I thought Martinelli would get the better of him, but he really didn't. You got Eric Dyer at the back. And then Havertz is there. He should be doing a lot better against an Eric Dyer. Why does Eric Dyer have any sort of confidence? He's a Tottenham boy at the end of the day. Yes, he came from Sporting, but very much I thought there would be a bit more of a fight, a bit more of a tangle in there. Goretzka obviously getting in on it and whatnot. Well, we'll see anyways. It's just, I don't know. I think we all expected more from Arsenal. And that is really the case. And again, am I really too sad about it? No, because as a neutral, I enjoyed it. I did enjoy it. And especially this controversy because, again, I'll lead to it. I think that was a penalty. Neuer had no business putting that leg down the way he did. And obviously Saka's at full pace. It looks like in slow motion it's a dive. But for me, change my mind. Someone maybe send me some material. Maybe there's a different angle that I can see. But the referee, I actually feel the referee had a good game. And I'm not even complaining about him too tough. But yeah, look, if we go into the second half, there's one man that definitely changed the game, and that was Gabriel Jesus. And it goes to show when it comes to Champions League experience in big moments and big occasions, you need your experienced players. Jorginho was doing a lot of the work. You know, Declan Rice, again, looked a little bit nervy. Not one of his best games, but he did enough. In that sense, when he did come off and Arteta did change it up when he's brought in on Party, but before then he put in Jesus and Trossard, of course, that's what really changed the game. And Jesus is the one that actually created that Trossard goal. And Trossard, when it comes to side foot finishing, he might actually be one of the best currently at the moment. It's a bit like Diogo Jota. They just don't miss those side foots in the bottom bins. It's just, he finds himself in good areas. The guy is a big game player. He's literally saved Arsenal's skins, as he kind of does, and he has done, and won them points. Trossard probably deserves to start the next leg. I think he has a lot to play for, and a lot to convince with Arsenal fans. Obviously, there's a lot of it's a lot of battle between who should it be, him or Martinelli. Definitely should it be Jesus. I think Jesus has warranted a place again in the second half or second leg as well. I think Havertz offered absolutely nothing. Not again, but like when it comes to the Champions League, I don't think he's been that great in this campaign personally. But even if you want to go off stats, I wouldn't say no one dominated the game. XG, just throw that out the window anyways. Who gives a crap? How many fouls? How many corners? Again, bit underwhelming on both sides, to be fair. I don't think neither side really played a great game when it comes to set pieces. So yeah, it was a pretty even game. And it went toe for toe, whether you want to call it heritage from Bayern Munich or Arsenal fans being overly confident. I think they had every chance and every right to be overly confident. That everything was on their side. When you talk about there was no away fans, you know, you could say couple wouldn't say that Bayern's really got their full squad either. No Kim Min Jae, you know, Coleman wasn't even fully fit. Gnabry was barely fit. I didn't even see Nathan Tell. But on that notice, you know, Arsenal, it's a good experience for them. Getting to the quarterfinals is big, but that second half was a bit sticky at the Allianz. I'm not too sure I can call it for the Arsenal side, but if Man United can go there and get 3 convincing goals, I'm pretty sure Arsenal can. Group stages, quarterfinals is when it matters. One-off game. And I wouldn't exactly call 2-2 exactly the greatest result to really walk into, especially when it comes to penalties at that ground as well. I wouldn't put my money on Arsenal if it came down to it as well. But yeah, man, Arsenal gave good fight. Bayern gave good fight. A lot of people wrote them off, including myself. And yeah, they got their job done. They managed it well. Tuchel, I don't know why, but this guy is such a damn bozo. He took off Sane instead of Gnabry. Sane, I can see why he's fuming now, because you have to admit, Sane was running rampant. He was the one that was driving with it and causing much danger. If Gnabry was the one to come off and it was Coleman and Sane, it would have been running it back once more. You got 2 flying wingers, and at that time, look, Ben White looked nervous as well. A lot of the Arsenal team looked shook up, and that's why you got your big game players and you got some of the experience. But guys, do smash the like button on the way out. Apologies for the audio in the last video if you did hear it. Let me know your thoughts. Was it a robbery? Was it not? Is what it is.